Hey llamas, what's up? Gisela here. So today's video is actually for my substitute teachers. I know it has been a blue moon since I've last made a video for you guys. So my last video was actually on the process of how to become a New York City substitute teacher and what you needed and the lengthy process it takes to actually work in New York City schools. Well, today's video is answering your questions on how to get the 21 credits because I got a lot of questions about that from my last video from you guys, and here I am answering it for you guys today. So I know my video on how to become a New York City sub was quite lengthy. It was a 27-minute video, and I am so surprised you guys sat through it. Thank you so much for sitting through that. Not even I like making long videos, so I really appreciate that you guys took the time to actually listen to what I had to say. And from the most part, on the comments section, I saw that I helped a lot of you out, which really makes me happy because I wish that video existed when I was doing the process. So I got a lot of questions asking about the 21 credits for people who don't have a certification in education. Before I talk about that, I will talk about the workshop tests. So before you do the 21 credits, you actually have to take the workshop test. Now, what is that? That is, after you get your nomination and then the DOE sends you some emails of like what you need to go to your processing event. You need your workshop test to get your papers processed so you can actually work in the schools. So the workshop tests are before you do the 21 credits. After you submit your application to become a New York City substitute teacher, you will see as part of the requirements is that you have to take the Child Abuse, School Prevention, and the DASA, which is the Dignity Act for All Students, workshops. So each of those is consisted of like a lengthy exam. And I believe those exams are divided into parts because I remember it being quite long, and I finished everything in 2 days because I was just determined to get it out of the way. So child abuse and school prevention workshops, those exams are free. You do not have to pay for them. So what the DOE does is they give you 2 chances to pass each of those exams. If you do not pass it, those 2 chances that they give you, then you have to pay out of pocket. But the exams are quite easy. They're just very lengthy. So that's child abuse and school prevention. The next part of the workshop exam is the Dignity Act for All Students. That exam, I believe the test is free, but you have to pay to go to the second part of that workshop, which you go to a college. Like, for example, I went to St. Francis, and that was where my part of the workshop was being held. So that's a 2-part workshop event. I believe with DASA, you have to give in a $50 money order, or I don't know if it's $100 now. When I last did that test or workshop, it was back in 2015. I don't know if the prices have changed, but you can check it out in the email that the DOE sends you. Just read it and see what it says. Or you can check it out on the New York City DOE Substitutes website. I will link it below on my description box. So the DASA again is consisted of 2 parts. One is a test. You print that half of the certificate of completion. You bring that with you to your workshop, which is going to be held somewhere that you chose for the other half of the workshop. So once you finish child abuse, school prevention, and both parts of the DASA workshop, and you have all your things ready, then you go to your processing event. You need to bring those certificates of completion for each of those workshops to your processing event. So pretty much the 21 credits are for people who do not have a background in the field of education. So even though I got a bachelor's degree in communication arts, because I didn't have any educational credits, the DOE told me, well, if you want to work as a sub for more than 40 days, you have to take educational credits. And Per year, you have to at least give the DOE 6 credits until you get all 21 credits. But this is, of course, only after you work 40 days that this is mandatory, or else the DOE will terminate you as a sub and they will not hire you to come back for next year. So the way you can go about taking your credits is, I learned about this later, there's different ways of doing it. So you can take the exams instead of attending classrooms. So there's about 12 credits that the DOE allows you to take. There are 2 CLEP exams, 2 Dantes, and the Excelsior exam for literacy for elementary school children. That exam is worth 6 credits. So if you pass the Excelsior test, then you automatically get 6 credits. You can give that transcript to the DOE and they will accept that as part of your 6 mandatory credits per the year. And then you do this again until, like I said, you achieve all 21 credits. So the CLEP tests are the psychology and education and the human growth and development. So I had actually taken the psychology and education test, and let's just say I was not prepared. I didn't prepare myself well. These tests are not easy because, again, you are self-studying. You are not told what is in the exam. However, there are helpful tools that you can use to help you pass those exams. I found rigorously very difficult because my major was not education, and I had to study for like 3-4 months before I was ready to take a test. So it's always good to start studying early and get the testing out of the way for you to continue on the path of being a teacher. The human growth and development test I was more prepared for. So I actually used a website called study.com, in where I pretty much put in my email, my credit card information and such. And study.com, what they do is they give you a 5-day free trial basis. You choose the option where it also quizzes you on the topics for those tests. For example, if you click, or if you go on the website study.com and you go on the search box and you type in CLEP, Intro to Psychology and Education, if you scroll down on their website, you will see that the syllabus on their website is exactly the same syllabus that you are testing for that specific test. And what I like about study.com is that they use a lot of videos to give you different scenarios for each theory, for each educational setting, for how to teach students in different ways, and they give you a visual. And what I did was, for those 5 days that I got for free, was I just took down all the notes in the entire universe until my 5 days were up. So what you do is you pace yourself. So you look at how many chapters each of those tests have. Let's say it has 10 chapters. So what I would do is one day take chapters on 1 through 5. The next day take notes on chapters 6 through 10. And then study like hell. The next 3 days, take all the quizzes, review, etc. And what you can do to add another free 5 days, just in case you need the extra note taking, is you can just put in another email on study.com. That's what I did. And honestly, it helped me and it was free. So here you go. The other tests that you can also use study.com for are the Dantes test. The one that I took was the Foundations of Education. I forgot what the other one was called. I'm not even sure if the other one is listed anymore in the DOE. But the Foundations of Education test, which is the Dantes test, that one you can also use study.com for to prepare, as well as the Excelsior test. You can use study.com for all of those 3 tests. The CLEP test and the Dantes test are each worth 3 credits. So let's say you take the Human Growth and Development CLEP test and you took the Dantes Foundations of Education test and you passed them. So that's 3 credits per test. So that's your 6 credits right there. And then next year, let's say you do the Excelsior test. That test by itself, if you pass it, is worth 6 credits. So if you pass the one test for Excelsior, you can give just that one grade to the Department of Ed. Always ask for the official transcripts. I know for CLEP and for Dante's, I didn't ask for the official transcript because it didn't take them in a college. For both of those tests, you kind of just have to pick the college where you want to take the test. You could just show the passing grade to the DOE. That's what I did. And they took it, and I got approved to work for the following year. So the DOE only allows you to take 12 credit examination tests. Once you exhaust the 12 credit exams that the DOE allows you to take, then they require you to sign up for some courses. So this is where I hit a hiccup, because I'm like, okay, I know that the courses that I take have to be sponsored by the following organizations. I'll list them here. As long as your education courses are sponsored by these organizations, they would count as part of your credits, as part of your 21 credits to continue subbing for the year. So I actually, during this time, had actually met another substitute teacher who told me about psych classes. And she pretty much explained how in psych, which sponsors the College of St. Rose, you can take non-matric classes. So many of the courses that Psych offers are mostly special ed courses, but they do have English, they have Spanish, etc. I took all the special ed courses because special ed, I wanted to learn about it more, and I wanted to introduce myself to this specific group of children just so I can be a better teacher. So I took those courses. So Psych, the courses are 5 days long and they're worth 3 credits. They bumped up their price. They used to be $645 per class for 3 credits, but now I think it's $745 for the 3 credits. The prices went up fall of 2018. I found it really convenient to take the classes with Psych because, once again, it's only a week long. However, they do offer classes in the weekend, but I preferred taking my vacations. So in New York City, we have the midwinter recess, spring break, and we have the holiday break. Psych doesn't offer classes during the holiday break. They offer classes during the midwinter break, the spring break, and during summer. So when I first did Psych, I took my first class during the spring break of last year, and it was very good. They make you do a lot of project-based work, essay writing, etc. It depends on the professor that you get. It was a lot of project-based work. I took 3 Psych classes. The only reason why I took 3 of them was because I already did the exams and I passed them. So I only had 9 more credits to take after that. So you can either do it that way, or what you can do is you can take a whole bunch of Psych courses, which equal 21 credits. But I'm actually kind of glad that I did it, the exams and then the courses, because I felt like I saved more money in the long run, because some of the exams are worth $80 for 3 credits versus Psych, where you have to pay $745 now per class. Once again, when you do the taxes, you can always, claim those educational things because it's part of your job requirement to get them. So it was a good experience, and I am happy to say that I just finished my last Psych class in February of this year. So I will be giving my last 3 credits to the DOE, and after that, I'm officially done. I don't have to take any more classes, and I am feeling so awesome about that. And just another thing I wanted to add. So when you are done with the 21 credits, it doesn't stop there if you want to get licensed in New York. Once you get your 21, you have to, I believe, speak to the Department of Ed or call someone from the Board of Ed to see what pathway you can get licensed for if you eventually want to be a New York City teacher. That's me. I hope this video helps you guys out, llamas and future teachers or substitute teachers. Let me know if you guys have any other questions down below, and I will get back to you guys when I can. See you guys. Bye.